You know, you're such a good friend. So are you. This adventure wouldn't have been fun at all if you hadn't come with me. It's nice when you can share things with other people. Do you feel the same way too? Sharing is the best gift you can give to someone you like. It makes them happy, and you feel good too. Well now, since we both love to share, let me give you something for just being here and making me so cheerful. What is it? Well, since you're so eager, I may not tell you. Oh, all right. I'm taking you on another exciting journey. we're certainly seeing a lot of different characters. Look, none of whom are exactly the same, There's something new to be learned every time we meet a person. It'd be easier if we were all alike. No? But sure it would. Well, you'd know what my favorite food is, or the games I enjoy playing, all without asking one single question. I mean, can't get any simpler than that. It would be boring, but I don't get it. You like to find out what makes others different? You like to learn things you never knew before? You know, maybe you're right. I wouldn't want to watch the same movie all the time, so why would I want to meet the same person all the time? It would be terribly boring. Let's go and meet some other different characters, shall we?
Once upon a time, long, long ago, Martha and Ivan had gone to the field cutting and gathering wheat. Varya was Martha's and Ivan's little girl, 6 years old. Her legs were so short she had to run and skip to keep up with her father's long steps. "Varyachka, you are a little slowpoke," her father said. Then, laughing loudly, he swung her up on his shoulder, where she had to hold tight. Varya had to stay behind her father, so he might have plenty of room to swing wide the newly sharpened scythe. Swish, swish, swish. Down came the wheat, faster and faster as he made his great strides. Varya held each bunch while her mother tied it. Today was the last day for gathering the wheat. Tomorrow the wagon would take it to the village. Tomorrow a wonderful feast day would come, and Varya could hardly wait. But to Varya, today seemed to be the longest and hottest day she had ever lived. Varya sat down by one of the stacks of wheat where it was cool and pleasant. "Oh, how lucky I am," she thought, "to be able to hide away from the hot sun. I will do this for just a few minutes." Soon Varya grew sleepy. And there, with the pleasant smell of ripe wheat all around her, she began to dream. She dreamed of the feast day. The feast always took place in the very heart of the village. Everybody was there. She dreamed of Tolya, the village leader who played the accordion. The minute his music started, the boys whistled, stamped their feet, and everybody clapped. Tolya stood in the center, all eyes upon him. "Sing, sing, my friends, this is a holiday." The men and women danced as if they had wings that carried them swiftly by those that were watching. To Varya, it seemed that the older girls flew by like birds in the wind. Around their necks were many strings of beads, all tied with trailing streamers of many-colored ribbons. Varya kept asking her mother, "When am I going to have a beautiful dance costume with lots of beads?" And Varya's mother would say, "When you are a grown-up young lady, Varya." Always, it seemed to Varya, she just could not wait until she was grown up. Suddenly, Varya opened her eyes and found she had only been dreaming of the feast celebration. She jumped to her feet and started to run toward her mother. But her mother was nowhere in sight. "Mama? Mama? Mamuchka?" But there was no answer. Nowhere could she see her mother. When it was almost dark, Varya stumbled into a clearing where several men and women had paused to gossip after the day's work. It took her only a second to see that these were strangers. One of the men spied her and said in a booming voice,
Oh, look what we have here.
Everyone turned to Varya. Oh, poor little thing. She is lost. But the sympathy and strange voices made Varya want her mother all the more. She could not help crying. Little girl, they said. What is your name? Varya was too unhappy to answer. I want my mamuchka, she cried. Well, who is your mama? My mother is the most beautiful woman in the world. All the men and women smiled. The tallest man, Tolya, said,
Aha! Now we have something to go on.
This was long, long ago when there were no telephones and no automobiles. So if people wanted to see each other, they went on their own 2 feet. Boys ran to village homes with orders to bring back the beautiful women. These were orders from Tolya, the village leader. All the women came running. As each beautiful woman came running up, blushing and proud that she had been so chosen, Tolya would say to her,
We have a little lost one here. Stand back, everyone, while the little one tells us if this is her mother.
To Varya, this was very serious, for she was lost, and she was desperate without her mother. As she looked at each one, Varya shook her head in disappointment, and she sobbed harder. Soon, every known beauty from far and near had come and gone. Not one of them was Varya's mother. The villagers were really worried. They shook their heads. Tolya spoke for them. Well, you will have to take the little one home for the night. Tomorrow might bring some fresh wisdom to guide us. Just then, a breathless, excited woman came up to the crowd. Varyachka, cried this woman. Mamuchka, cried the little girl. And they fell into each other's arms. Varya cuddled into that ample and familiar bosom. The smile Varya had longed for was once again shining upon her. All the villagers smiled thankfully when Varya looked up and said with joy, This is my mother. I told you, my mother is the most beautiful woman in the world. The group of friends and neighbors, too, beamed upon each other as Tolya repeated the proverb which little Varya had just proved. We do not love people because they are beautiful, but they seem beautiful to us because we love them.
Well, this journey has come to an end. But you can take this trip any time you want. I'll be here. Or you can join me on another adventure with some more of my friends. Look around me, because the really amazing journey is in these books. And every time you read, you'll find magical new places and funny new friends. Well, I'm going to go and read a new book. Why don't you do the same? See you next time. The stories you've just seen are only a few from the Magic Video Children's Theatre of your favorite storybook tales, all on video cassette.